What is going on, football fans? It's your boy Lolo in the middle of the Fast and Furious type of match week action that's going on. So we have fantasy football. The deadline is closing in 30 minutes. Have you made your changes? Director John told me he already made his free transfer. So I'm that just goes to show you our director won't even wait for my advice. That's how much faith he has in my advice. And Mark's not even on the show. He's doing other things. He already made his transfer because every time I tell him to make a transfer, that guy that he transfers out scores a goal. So maybe go with my opposite advice. But one guy who's killing it is Mr. Ben Ireland. I see you in the chat room. He says every time I take a minus 12, I smash it. What about the other half? My other half, Mark. He's there. Oh, Mr. Tom's. Hello, everyone. I'm eating half a chicken. Yeah, he gave the other half to Mo Master. So, guys, this is going to be a quick and dirty show. Don't forget, please hit that like button, the subscribe button, the share button. Send this all over the place, and let's get focused on what we need to do right here. So, if you're like me, you haven't quite made your transfer for the match week that starts right now. The deadline is in 29 minutes or 28 probably. So let's take a peek at where we are in the Stoop Crew standings. And boom, in the Stoop Crew standings, here we are. So down at the bottom, Mr. Mark with a good 50 points. I'd like to see Mark's overall numbers in the overall of everybody. I'm sure he's got a green arrow on that, but he's not going to get a green arrow probably for the entire season. Just because he started so many weeks behind. But there's Gary, Bob, Retro Volt, Justin Cross, Rob Greenleaf, all in there. Bob and Justin with decent weeks with 60 points. It was not a fantastic week for everybody. There's John, Director John, sitting in 28th. Keep going. We see some names on there. Anders, Saul, David Villa Martin, Jazz. Let's see. Keep moving up. There's James Reeves sitting at 16 points. Mr. Tom with a green arrow, 14 points. 14th place, 55 points on the week. Ben Ireland, 69. And is that true? Did you really take a minus 12, Ben? That's impressive because that means you actually got like 81 points. We'll have to take a look at your team, Ben. We'll check that out. So let's keep moving up. There's John Lawler, who captained Aubameyang, one of the only people in the world to do that, and he did not do very well because of it. Ben Arizona with 38. Keep on going. There's Soren. Scott Newby with the green arrow. But look, somebody's still not on the list. Terry with the green arrow, but he can't catch me. Lolo's Locos up here with the 61-pointer. Sitting pretty with that green arrow in third place. Thank you very much. Bobby Two Scoops maintaining his position at the top of the table, outscoring me. But it looks like Scott Newby had a 78. So we're going to take a peek at Scott Newby's team just to see what he's doing. And so, guys, get any questions or things like that, any concerns that you're having, get them in right now, and I'll try to get to them as best I can. And just my opinion. So let's see what Scott did. So Scott Newby had Ramsdale in the back. A lot of people did, and it paid off. But he also had Tomiyasu. Shit, man, you got 78 points. 78 points, and you got a 0 from Livramento, a blank from Gallagher, Rafinha with just a 3, Rodrigo with just a 2. But he started Ivan Toney, started Diogo Jota, Captain Mo Salah, Alexander-Arnold, Cody. Very well done. Are you sure you didn't play any sort of bench boost? How does that add up to 78? I guess it does. So Kane got pulled for you, and I'm sure that's why Livramento went in, which happened to a lot of people. And Foden got pulled, so you may have been starting him, which is probably why I would say Rodrigo went in, unless you just really liked him, Scott. But it looks like Rodrigo went in for Foden and Livramento for Kane. But well done there, Scott. Let me look at Ben Ireland's team. Ben, I just want to take a quick peek under the hood right here. And it is true. You had 4 transfers for negative 12. Damn, son. And somehow, let's see how you did it. You got Tomiyasu in here. You got Trent Alexander-Arnold. This sucks for everybody, mostly, which is why it's okay. Ederson back there, man. It's his fault that so many people lost their clean sheet because he decided to throw the ball down the middle of the pitch instead of ending the game. Dumbass. That's why I hate that guy making decisions like that. So you got Jota in there. You got Salah in there as captain. Smith Rowe, Rafinha. Excuse me. Only with the clean sheets. Ivan Toney and Wang. So a decent team. Decent team there. Would have been better with Ben White in for one of those Man City or Chelsea players. Yeah, Arsenal. Where you at? Looking good, man. Melier actually outdid Ramsdale with 8 points. I think he got that 6th save. We'll take a peek up at Rafi's. This is Bobby. Bobby two scoops. He's got a very similar team to mine, except that he was able to get Jota in there this week, and I wasn't. I was one of those guys who was so happy with an 87-point week because I had Chilwell and James, and the whole plan was to go from Foden to Jota, and it couldn't happen because I needed to deal with the Chilwell situation. And so I was left with my Jota in my hands, and here's my team. I had Ramsdale in the back, Alexander-Arnold. I brought in Andy Robertson, who had an amazing game. He could have had multiple more assists. I thought he was the most active, and he got the bonus point. So it was a good move for me to bring in Andy Robertson. That was my Chilwell. So I got rid of Chilwell and brought him in. So arguably, I mean, Jota had what, 14? So I only really lost the 2 points on it because I wasn't going to captain Jota like Mark did. Mark captained him. So I got some love from Ivan Toney. Once again, if you have a striker, especially these low-price strikers, make sure they're the penalty takers on the team. They had really nothing doing, and they got a penalty, and he got up and ends up getting the goal and bonus points and shit like that. So I felt it was kind of a cheap 9 points, but I'll take them, and I'm hoping for more this week. Timu Pukki should have scored multiple times against Wolves. Very unfortunate there, but I didn't even have him started. I had Foden started, and Foden, of course, wasn't even on the bench. And so he got pulled. Pukki went on. But hey, that's what you want to make sure you get at least 2 points from your bench players. And so he got me my 2 points. I'm just upset. He could have had a little bit more. So this gets into what the hell am I gonna do this week? And exactly, Bobby nails it right there. And it's something I hadn't thought all the way through, but what I thought was Robertson's back. All these people who are, going all in on Tsimikas because Robertson was out. Robertson is back, and he does well in matches against teams like Southampton, where they're going to get forward a lot, and everyone's going to be focused. The Southampton defense is going to be focused way more on Salah and Trent Alexander-Arnold. So that left him and Mane and Jota to have a field day. And so that's where it gets a little tricky for me when I start looking at my transfers. So guys, we're going to look at transfers all kind of through what my team is. And yeah, you guys are exactly right. So that's where I'm sitting. If I want to get Jota, what do I have to do? What are the moves that I have to make? Well, first of all, I got to get rid of one of my Liverpool players, which right now, Andy Robertson, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Mo Salah. Out of those three, I would get rid of Robertson. You would just say that you have to. The other two are deadlocks, However, with the matches that are being played and the matches that they have coming up, Everton, Wolves, Aston Villa, Newcastle, even possibly Tottenham, Leeds, Leicester, these could all be easy 6-pointers. a 6-pointer, a clean sheet, a good game for Trent Alexander-Arnold is generally also a good game for Andy Robertson. Yes, more assists mean something to one player, but it's that 6 points for the clean sheet, the 90 minutes, as opposed to there's going to be in this run, Liverpool is not going to score 4 every match. The goals are going to be spread out. The assists are going to be spread out, and the assists are going to be spread out to your fullbacks as well. So that being said, not every week is Jota and Salah going to score. So wouldn't make more sense to let everybody else have Jota? And yes, he may get, but look what he did. He got 2 goals and he had an incredible game, a game that he's not going to have every week. And he only got 2 more points than Andy Robertson. Could this be a more safety move of stick with this plan, forget about Jota, maybe bring somebody else in that role? What do you guys think about that move or that non-move of not bringing in Jota? Because the way I would have to get Jota would be this way. I would I would pick up a defender and I can most people right off the bat would say Rudiger or Alonso. Salah's going to do what I tell him to do. Now, Jota is worth having when Salah's playing in Africa. Absolutely. Absolutely. And Jota is worth having right now. But what I'm saying is those looks like a lot of clean sheets. And these are the 2 guys who get most of the assists anyway. So is it a bad idea to double up? Why am I so happy to double up on Chelsea defenders and get Alonso and James as opposed to, well, because Chelsea doesn't have much in the middle of the pitch and the front of the pitch. Either way, so if I wanted to get to him, I'd probably put Alonso there. That little tournament. I understand what you guys are saying on the Africa Cup of Nations as well with Jota, but do you need to hold on to him the entire time? Do you need to have him just for that, or can you pick him up? Yes, he may cost a little bit more. So this is my idea: is I want to get Foden the fuck off my team because first of all, will he play this week? I believe he will. I believe he will play in either the match tomorrow or the match this weekend, or both. The problem is if I start him on my team in case he gets the start. He may not get the start. He may get 10 minutes at the end of the match and get me 1 point and keep somebody from the bench from being there. So my thought is I get rid of him and I replace him with Diogo Jota. Add him in there. Boom. I still have 3 million in the bank with that move, but it gives me a -4. So yeah, Bobby, I don't think Foden starts either, but I can see him coming off the bench and then getting nothing. Like, yeah, maybe having some good touches and playing okay, but yeah. So I believe that this I've gone over everything in my head for a long time, and yeah, even if he starts, he's not guaranteed points. Nobody's guaranteed points. Nobody, not even Salah. But my issue with Alonso is I just don't trust him. And I feel like Tuchel is a little bit of the same. Tuchel, like, he likes him a lot, but he doesn't fully trust him. So, and as all these matches go fast and furious, as they say, who's more likely to not start, Alonso or Rudiger? Yes, Alonso's on 15 corners, but he had 15 corners and got nothing out of it this last week. Rudiger has been shown to be able to smash a goal in, and he's been getting more and more forward. Do I stick with Rudiger? What's that going to cost me difference wise? Rudiger is actually more expensive, but I have the money. So if I went that way, Rudiger is a more long term because he plays. He plays all the time, and that's a very expensive back line. But right now, the back line is what's doing it. They're getting all the points these days. So I'm fine with a back heavy team. An issue here is I'm tripling up on two teams. I'm tripling up on Chelsea and tripling up on Liverpool. Is that a bad idea? I don't know. And I'm kind of in this vein of like everybody saying I've picked up Alonso. I picked up Alonso. I've gone with Alonso. I've gone with Alonso. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like Reece James got swapped over to the opposite side during the match, and Alonso got pulled, and so Reece James moved over to his side and was just as effective. So that to me screams that Azpilicueta is going to come in. That there's going to be that maybe even Trevor Chalobah maybe moving into that position, or all the you just realize Chelsea has so many midfielders and so many somewhat defensive attacking defensive midfielders and attacking fullbacks and defenders that um it's just a weird one. It's a weird one. So I think uh, I think I may go with this. I think I may go with this right here. And then that makes I'm starting a back four. Um, Jota slots right in. But I need to make a decision. And so I believe I'm gonna let's do it. Let's do it here and now. All you guys said you picked up Alonso. I think I'm gonna go with Rudiger. He's become so important to the team. What do you guys think? Should I hit the button? Should I make the transfers? Should I make it? I'm running out of time and I'm getting a little skittish here. But that brings Jota into my team and he's playing Watford. We kind of really need him there. Um, or we go back to my original one. And I save my transfer. And I have two transfers after everyone gets injured this week in this midweek game. So that was my other one. Do I save this transfer? Follow your gut. The problem is I don't know what my gut is telling me to do right now. Scotsman like yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Jameson, right? I'm just thinking like maybe Salah gets a hat trick this week. Maybe Jota gets a hat trick this week. But it's probably not both of them. Do I cover my ass getting one of them? But meanwhile, there's clean sheets and assists coming from the back and bonus points. I think I agree with you on that. So so if I was going to keep Trent Alexander-Arnold, then keep Andy Robertson. I have 1.2. I can roll my transfer. Hope Foden plays. If he doesn't play, then I have Ivan Toney, Timu Puki, and Hwang. Hwang is up against Burnley. Tony is up against Spurs. Puki is up against Newcastle in a matter of an hour and a half. He's up against Newcastle. I feel good things about him. The only issue would be if these yellows actually ring true, and then I have to play Livramento as well. I need to get Alonso in. I don't think I do. I'm gonna be. I know I'm gonna be hurt by it. But I think if we're going with follow your gut, what I've been telling myself this fantasy season is that when I can't make a decision and it's too difficult, and even if I make the decision, I have a a bench decision to make of this. Maybe it's best to sit on my transfer, have two transfers coming into it, and you think James will be benched. Yeah, there's that as well. Fuck, man. Yeah, I'm concerned here. All right. Everyone else says make it happen. So let's go ahead and do it. As much as I don't like getting rid of Andy Robertson, I think you guys are right. I think I may just have to go with it for this week because I feel like Alonso's going to play. I feel like James may not play just for safety's sake. Roll it. See, but Bobby, you don't want me catching up with you as well. But see, yeah. Guys, I think with all of this buildup, I think I am actually just gonna roll it over. I'm gonna pick Mendy ahead of Ramsdale because I think Man United. Yeah, I'm gonna take Mendy ahead of Ramsdale, Trent, James, Cancelo, Robertson. I can put Foden in there, and then if he doesn't play at all, that brings Tony in off the bench, which is fine with me. Against Tottenham, who we still don't know who they are. And then I have Livramento against Leicester, who have not been fantastic, and they've been able to score against. So I don't see Livramento keeping a clean sheet, but I can see him getting an assist or even a goal against Leicester because they're terrible. So the question is, if I'm going to leave it, is this team good enough to get some points? Smith Rowe is the type to get one touch, one shot on goal and get a goal. The question would be if James doesn't play and if Foden doesn't play. But that gives me Livramento and Tony, which aren't terrible. I just feel like there's going to be injuries as well. We're not going to see people's tactics. Yeah. And does the 1.2 million... I mean, shit, I didn't have a great week last week, and I still did all right. So, all right, guys, it's time to tick. We're gonna see what Lolo actually does after this. You're just gonna have to wait and see. But guys, that's about the end. I hope you guys all do well with all of your fantasy teams, but not as well as my fantasy team. So don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. We will be back in literally 7 minutes. We'll be out on the stoop. Hopefully Mark is on his way over here, and we'll be out on the stoop, and we will be talking the weekend watch list, the midweek weekend watch list, which will be talking about the matches that begin today and will continue tomorrow and Thursday. So from all of us on the stoop, I hope your fantasy team kicks ass. All right. Peace from Brooklyn, y'all. See you in 5.